Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Oshinoko season 2 episode number 7 reaction. So the previous episode the the play started and we got to see the first part of the play, which covered, I think, like, which had like the majority of the scenes were for Arima and Himekawa, and also Melt and Sakya as well. These four were like the main, I guess you could say, highlight of the previous episode. And the main highlight fell upon, obviously we saw like Arima's acting, we saw like Himekawa's acting, all of that things we saw. But the main like focus was Melt, and how Melt actually gave his all for 1 minute of the show where he excelled, and that everything that he has given shine, like, in the end it kind of gave such a result that the audience were captivated by it. And this is the idea that he got from Aqua, where Aqua said that just don't try to do everything, try to do one section in a very good way that you outshine and outperform every single person there. And he did it like that, and it made the whole play so much more better, and it made him more memorable in other people's eyes. So it was a fantastically well done job. And even the anime in itself was able to, like, show that scene in a very good way. That whole section was absolutely brilliantly done with the colors and everything, and it was really good. So yeah, that's that. And now today's episode, I'm assuming we're going to see Aqua and Akane in action. So let's see. Episode number 7. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's begin. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Hmm. All right, here we go. Oh, oh, damn. Hmm. Yeah, I was gonna say she. Yeah, and okay. Yeah. Yeah. Star chicken. Oh, is that Aqua? No, no, never mind. No. Oh, it is him. Okay, here we go. There's Akane. Damn, the lighting. Wow. Oh, this is a rewritten part. Okay. So this is where her acting will have to shine. Wow. Hmm. Okay. Oh, oh my god. Yo, the way they did it, it felt like the camera was moving. Right. Right. Wow. They're running in the same place. But it seems like they're okay. Zedmon May, yep. Alright, here we go. It's gonna begin. Right. Yeah, okay, okay. So here we go. Oh wow. Wait, how are they? Oh, I'm guessing curtain. They're like they said it like, so she's probably waiting behind the curtain and. Yeah. Oh boy. Yep. Hmm. Okay, something. Is there something in her past? Like, she kind of hinted this before as well. Like, Is this part of a movie? I think so. Yeah, okay. Mm. 10 seconds. Hmm. Ajisai. Hmm. Right. Yeah, the bell pepper song that Kana. Is that why she's eating bell pepper, even though she hates it? Because Kana used to. Oh, this is the. Yep. This is where. And she studied her immensely. Just like she did the same with. Oh my god. Oh wow, her hairstyle is also. Hmm. Loved her. Until the day I met Kana-chan. Um. Oh, is that why she. Bruh. Bro, you. Yeah, their hairstyle and everything is just the same. So it seems. Oh. Yeah. It happens. This is the. This is like commonplace. This happens all the time. Minor role. Get one. Mm. Yeah, obviously she's not saying that. She's also frustrated about the fact that that's what happens. Mm. Damn. Up into the world of adults, where stuff like this is commonplace. Psychology. Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Like at that age, you cannot understand, but at that age, Kana had to become more mature to because she's literally in the middle of adults. Yeah. Yeah. Like she's more in the realistic, like Kana takes every because she had to get. Oh my god. Yo, bruh. Mm. Well, she herself used to shine brightly. Yep. Oh, the star. Yeah. Make them match you. Wow. So she's like, oh, you can use your true potential against me. Hmm. Wow. That was crazy. Damn. Oh, I just realized Aqua and Himekawa are fighting underneath. Yeah, everyone's just looking at them. Wow. Right. Damn. Wow. Oh. Oh. Yeah, there's still part of her that's kind of hesitating, I guess. Or not hesitating, but is afraid. I think that's what it is. She's afraid of history repeating itself. Mistaken. Oh. Oh wow. Stage device. Damn. She has to step back. Yeah, that's what she always does, or she has done up until now. Oh boy. It's crazy. Yeah, but she doesn't want that. Yeah. Right. Okay. Sun. Right. Okay, there you go. Okay, there you go. That was today's episode. So today's episode was Akane and Arima. We also had Aqua and Himekawa, going off as well, but we didn't really see that much. I'm assuming they're probably going to focus on that in the next episode, along with Arima and Akane as well. So today's episode, we also got to see Arima and Akane's like past. That is how Akane was very much, I guess you could say, motivated by Arima, and then how they met, and she realized how this this like this world of adults, this acting, this whole showbiz thing goes, and what type of stuff goes in it, like how you like stuff are rigged, how things go according to like plans, like nothing is like natural, these type of things, like politics stuff like that, how it goes, and how Arima is like in the middle of it, cannot properly express her own talent, or whatever she wants to express, she cannot do it. She just has to listen to the higher ups and be like, oh, you should calm yourself down, try to match with other people so that they can shine. It's all like like stuff like that. And Akane realized that, and Akane didn't want that. Akane wanted Akana to show her true self, not to like suppress herself like that and stuff. So that is why she was like, I'm going to show her and make her drag that self of her out in this situation. That is why I am capable enough to stand in front of the stage and match her. So that was her attempt. But here, again, Arima started pulling herself back, because this is how she has learned how to do acting, trying to highlight someone at the sake of her own performance. So as soon as she saw that she's taking the spotlight, she decided to back down, because if she starts shining brightly as well, then that will overpower Akane's acting, and she doesn't want that. She wants the audience to look at one thing and focus on Akane only, because she's shining currently. That whole thing. So and also with the fact that the whole dating show, that whole thing that happened, she's currently in spotlight as well. So she wanted people to look at her more, because she's currently shining. So instead of overpowering her or going along with her, she just has to back down. Obviously Akane doesn't want that. That was the whole reason why she has learned acting, so that she can go in front of Arima and face her not like properly. But if it goes like this, it's the same thing. It's just a repeat of what's going on. So that was the whole thing. In the end, Aqua's like, I know just the way to do this. You want to bring her out in the spotlight, don't you? Let's do it then. Both of us with our acting are going to do that. Even if she doesn't want, we're going to drag her out into the spotlight. And you can see in the end, Akane's the star sign, you can see that's shining in her eyes. That final scene. So yeah, that is this episode. So a few things to discuss about here. First and foremost, obviously the dynamic between Akane and Kana Arima. Both of them, you can see there is a parallel to who they are in real life and who they are in acting. It is crazy how both of it matches so weirdly. Like in the drama, in the play, just how the whole thing is going, how the play is ongoing. That is exactly how the real life is ongoing as well. Like if I'm trying to, if I can make you understand what I'm trying to say, it's basically it's a parallel. Whatever's going on in the play, it's parallelly going on to what's happening in the real life as well. For example, as you can see, And that whole conversation, you see where Akane was like, I want to fight you like properly, you know, like in a, in a proper way, not like this. While Kana was like going into the background, trying not to stand out. That was also, I guess you could say, you can draw a parallel to the original situation where both of them likes Aqua. So if you think about it like that, it's a similar like situation going on where she's probably telling Arima that, if I have to fight for Aqua's affections against you, I want to do it properly. If you just back down like this, I might be able to, actually win his heart pretty easily. But that's not what I want. I want us to have a proper, like a proper thing, and not you just fading into the background. That I don't want. That kind of thing. But at the same time, in the play as well, that is also what's going on, where she's trying to fade out so that she can shine. So and that's why I'm saying it's like a parallel. Like, the original situation is like a parallel with how the play is going. And that's what's happening. So yeah, and you can see obviously Aqua, in the end, Aqua was like, all right, so let's drag her out. You can see how, because of the whole parallel of that whole thing, when Aqua starts talking about Arima, she starts pouting. She starts pouting. She's like, like, yeah, like, but obviously, like, she knows that, like what Aqua is saying, she also wants that. She also wants Arima to properly express herself on stage instead of just fading in the background. But still, like, like she got a little bit angry because because Aqua was saying, like, stuff like that. But yeah, that was kind of funny where she was pouting there. But anyways, yeah, so that is the whole parallel between like real life and what's happening in the acting. And Akane doesn't want that. Akane wants her to properly express herself. While there is Arima, who's also, like I said, it's interesting because you see, like, the difference between Arima and Kana here is that I just did that again. Why? I don't know why I always make that mistake. Akane and Arima, the thing between them is that Arima had to become like used to all of this from a very young age because she's in the showbiz, she's in the world of adults, and in the world of adults, stuff like that happens. Politics, stuff like, like these type of unreasonable things, like these type of things happens all the time, especially if it's like a showbiz thing like this, like an idol industry, be it like an acting industry, any type of thing which is like more like where you're popular with the mass, that type of thing. These type of things always happens. So Kana, since she is a child actress, she has to get used to that because she's seeing people like this doing these type of things. While Akane, who didn't know any of this, was just looking at her through the screen. She had no clue. She wasn't in the world of adults. She was with her parents, in a sheltered, thing. And then when she started acting, she started like, properly, becoming like a theater kid and everything, and started frequenting those type of places, like into the adult world outside. And this is where she meets Kana, and this is where she realizes that, oh, it's not what I see. It's not exactly how I see that's going on. They do these type of things, like rigging the things, like, and manipulating results and stuff like this. And obviously she is like Kana, you're not happy with this, are you? At which you can see Kana's like gets like lashes out and everything. Obviously the way she lashed out, it was pretty obvious that she herself is also not okay with it. However, cannot do anything because this is what she has to do to properly shine on stage. Otherwise, people will just cut her off, and like her future will not be good again. She probably won't get any job, stuff like that. So she has to like listen to the higher ups and do whatever they say. If they tell you that, oh, like make your acting a little bit like slower, or make it a little bit easier so that others can keep up with you, you have to listen to it. You cannot show your true like thing. And usually in these type of situations, they try to favor people who are of a higher power, like maybe some kind of a, like an influencer or something, who has like immense amount of like what do you call it, immense amount of um what's that word, popularity. Yeah, immense amount of popularity. If someone like that is acting against Kana, if Kana goes all out, that person will be humiliated. So obviously the higher ups will be like, no, you are not supposed to do that. You're supposed to hold yourself back. You cannot show your true potential in front of that person, because if that person's like if people see that how that person is inferior to you, that won't be good for our popularity. So Kana has to like Kana cannot use her true potential like that. That is how she has gotten used to doing this, and she cannot properly express herself. So stuff like that is like happening, and Akane realized it that day, and she also realized like this is what Kana does to survive out there. But this is Akane we're talking about. So that whole scene was crazy, where the whole tone suddenly changes. It had a certain tempo to it. It was going like, oh, I studied, I learned more about her, and then I little by little realized. You can see she was like reading psychology books and stuff, and she's like, little by little I realized you're doing this to make people look at you, to survive outside, this and that. It was like a certain tempo. It had a certain tempo. That whole section had a certain tempo, and was like kind of going like that. And this part, where's that section? I need to find that. All right, here we go. You can see this scene where Arima's trying to catch up with the others, like Memchu and all the others. So she's saying, you plan to live your life together with everyone, right? And certain music playing, a very happy, very nice music. And the music cuts out. and Akane is just in front of her. And then she's like, but that won't do. And the music changes completely. So here we go. So you can see here, this is Akane's obsessive part. We've seen this before as well. For someone, or for whoever person catches her fancy, as we saw, she can literally go to any lengths for them. That is what Akane is. And this is one thing that Anime also has expressed before, that Akane's acting always screams, look at me, I am right. That is what it screams. And that is why they're always at clash with each other, because Arima is someone who does the complete opposite. So, but it's interesting to see, because as we saw, as Akane says, Arima was also like her at the beginning, where her acting used to, when you see her acting, you could see how she performed in such a way that it used to devour everyone. So that is what she liked, and that is what Akane enjoyed, and like what she admired about her. But then little by little, with all of these nonsense, like that happened, she became more like reserved, and now she's doing this. She doesn't want that. She wants her to go back to that person again, But yeah, so that's why that scene where she's like, this won't do. You have to properly do it. This sort of acting is wrong. I want your acting to be like how it was before, where you were the only shining sun in the sky. I want your acting to devour others' acting, not you to go back or try to restrain yourself, but your acting to devour others. It doesn't matter, if other people, how their acting gets devoured, or how you become the spotlight. It doesn't matter. You're supposed to be that person, and you've completely abandoned it. And that's why you can see how that is why she has acted so much. Akane has trained so much, and she has come to this level so that Arima can shine in front of her, so that she can keep up with her, so that Arima can go all out. But then again, there was a section where you could see Arima was again getting motivated, and she was like, yeah, maybe I can go all out. But then she remembered again, this is not why I'm here. I'm here as a stage prop. I'm here who is supposed to be making Akane shine, not shining myself and taking her shine away from her. That is not why I'm here. And you can see even that dude, I forgot his name. What's his name? Kindaichi or whatever. Even he was like, oh, this is exactly why Arima's here, to make others shine, or something like that. He was saying this part. Where is it? Arima has taken a step back, bolstering Kurokawa's stage presence. Fading from view like a stagehand, she's devoted to being a stage device. It's the right call for the show as a whole. From a director's viewpoint, you couldn't ask for a more serviceable actor. Yeah, so that is literally what everyone expects of her. And I don't know, it's like, it's unfortunate, I guess, because like, if this was, since this is Akane, and I'm assuming because of her recent success with the dating show and everything, everyone's like trying to highlight her, and Arima's just here as a stage device, as he says, to make the other person shine. And that is why they brought Arima in, just so that she can fulfill that role. That's messed up. Like, yeah, truly. And that is also why I'm assuming in that show, Kiwama, the adaptation, they casted her against Melt. Melt, who was like extremely popular. That was just a way for them to highlight Melt. And since they were like, oh, this is Arima, she can easily adapt and make the other people shine, and she can go along with what everyone wants, and fade into the background. That's why they casted her, I'm assuming. Like I said, that's so messed up. Like, if the industry or the people who cast you, if they know you as the person, like, oh, this girl, okay, like, yeah, she's talented, but where her talent is? In fading into the background. That's why you want to highlight this person's acting. Cast Arima alongside her, alongside that person. Arima will easily make it so that the other person gets highlighted. That's why I'm saying it's like so messed up. Like, people who are casting her in different dramas and other stuff, they cast her with that mentality that, oh, she's the person who can highlight others. So if you want someone else to be highlighted, or you're trying to make the spotlight fall on them, bring in Arima. She can do it for us. She can do it perfectly, as a stage device, as they said. And obviously, in that way, nobody can see Arima's talent properly, and nobody can see how crazy stage presence she has, and how good she is. So yeah, Akane wanted to stop that here, but Arima's like, that's what Arima has done up until now. So she's not comfortable in going out into the spotlight anymore. As soon as that whole scene happened, she backed down. And yeah, and she just, there you go. Yeah, so that was today's episode. So next episode, as Aqua said, we will be dragging her out into the stage. Yeah, let's see how that goes. And yeah, okay, that was a great episode. Right, now let me talk about this episode scene by scene. In the very first scene, we can see the whole section with what's her name, Arima and Sakuya. Yeah, that section where Sakuya kind of forgot one of his lines, or not forgot, but he was not able to properly deliver it in time, and the scene changed, and you can see that was a very important thing that he needed to say, but he messed up. So he was like, oh no, what should I do? But Arima realized that. Arima immediately followed, and Arima's like, oh, she kind of ad-libbed and helped him out at that point. And so Sakuya didn't have to do anything. So Sakuya's like, damn, Like that is crazy. Like, like I almost messed up, but she ad-libbed and she immediately realized what to do in that situation, and she followed up pretty damn well. It's so good, and it's so easy and comforting to like act alongside someone who knows what they're doing and who's like used to all of this. Yeah, and you can see while all this is happening, Akane is like observing her to the television, and there you go. That's that. Then we have that scene where you know where Saya gets introduced. Aqua is there outside. Sakuya is also there, and they're like having the conversation, and they show Saya over there. Okay, so that part was done really well. Like, and I really like the whole like lighting and everything that they like that was shining on Saya. And this is the part where Samejima Sensei is like, okay, this is the part where they changed the script. In the manga, obviously the whole section is quite big. I think they kind of take their time to properly show her personality, what type of person she is. But they cut this part off a lot so that they can show the other fighting scenes better. So because of that, this part needs to be acted perfectly, and her being there with her own presence needs to be so much that without that much time, she needs to show everyone her personality and what she as a character is. With that little amount of time, she has to do that, and this is the time. And you know what? Like obviously, Samija Sensei was very angry at this part because they cut this part off, because she was like, "Yeah, this completely butchers the personality. Like what the hell?" But I remember Goa saying that "Oh, don't worry. I'm sure they will in the acting they'll be able to bring that out." So Samajima Sensei now is like, this is the time. Now they have to do it. And, Akane is there waiting. And the little amount of time she had to, show her acting, she did it perfectly. You can see she gets up, takes out her katana, and that was really done well. Like she takes a katana like this, and she says, "We shall fight," or something like that. She says, yeah, even the sentiments of Princess Saya that were cut is being conveyed by her acting. All of the inconsistencies in the previous script have been resolved. Yeah, so through acting, they were able to show that. Because obviously in manga you have to like write it down to make the audience understand what they're thinking and all that. But through acting, you can show that like this. You can show your own presence, and yeah, that girl is magnificent. So everyone's looking at her, and there you go. Right, and after that, the story continues. We get to see all of them, Melt and all of them fight against the others. Melt fights off against Sakuya. I'm using the original names because sometimes I forget their stage names. I think Sakuya's name was Monmei, yeah, and Melt's name was I've forgotten. I've forgotten. He's Kizami, I think, something like that. Anyways, I'm going to use their original names, just in case. So Melt fights against Sakuya, and there you go. Then over there, Himekawa squares off against Aqua, and while all of this is going on, you can see Kana is like, "Oh, perfect timing. Let me see if I can find the princess, and if I defeat her, then everyone will be surprised." And there she's like, "Come out, like Oni princess, where are you?" And the stage, goes on. And I really like how they did the whole curtain thing. So basically, like, I'm guessing it was like there's like multiple layers of curtain. The first layer of curtain was the part where Kana was there, and then that curtain goes away, and beneath that curtain, and under that curtain, or behind the curtain, Akane was there, and then behind Akane, there's another curtain, I think. So that's how they changed the whole thing. It seems like the scenery is changing. So Akane is there standing, And yeah, there you go. And you can see, like, Arima's like, God damn, like, whenever I go against this girl, it always seems her presence screams that I am right and this is how you should act, you know. And yeah, and you can see here, Akane is like, for so long I've been waiting all these years for this day, and this is where we get to know the past. And in the past, we get to see how she like really liked Kana's acting, and she wanted to be like her, you know. So she saw everything, like, all the what do you call them? The interviews, anything related to Kana, she used to see. And looking at this, her parents were like, "Oh, you like Kana? You like to act? Let's go take you to a theater." So, at the beginning she was like, "Oh no, I'm very shy, I cannot do it." But then they were like, "Oh, but who knows, maybe in the future you'll get to meet Kana." And this motivated her, and she was like, "Okay, I'll try then." And she started acting, and she messed up a lot of times. You can see, like, she was not really comfortable with it at the beginning, but little by little she started studying Kana. You can see she was even seeing that movie where, Kana and Aqua played as children. That movie, she was like repeating Kana's section continuously. She was repeating Kana's section. And then you can see she even cut off her hair like Kana. She became like, her hairstyle, the beret, I think that's what it's called, the hat that she was wearing, all of those things started, she kind of becoming like Kana, because she wanted to, like, like play like her, act like her. That's why she was completely trying to become her. And we've seen this before as well. She did the same thing for I, where she was studying about I. She did that, and she, like, to emulate or to imitate I, she completely became I at that point, and she was doing the same thing for Kana as well, as you can see here. That was what she was doing. And then finally, one day, she went to, like, no, Kana was there, and she went to like a vending machine to drink something. And okay, I don't know what's up with this dude. This dude comes and he looks at Kana's picture, on the poster. She sees the little hat and the hairstyle, and he thought that she was Kana. Bro, can you not see her hair color? Like, what? It's not as if it was night. It's in the middle of the day, I think. There's sunlight all over the room. I don't know what the hell was wrong with this guy. He, like, it's clearly like her hair is blue and Kana's hair is red, like, kind of like. And he was like, "Oh, Kana-chan," like, and didn't even. Oh my god, that is absolutely ridiculous. Anyways, the problem was that he thought this was Kana, so he's like, "Oh, Kana-chan, don't worry, you're gonna get it. Everything's fixed." Akane is like, "What? What are you talking about?" And then here we go. This audition is just for appearance's sake. Relax, Kana-chan. And he looks at her and it's like, "Oh, sorry, made a mistake." And he rushes away. And this is where Kana comes in. And here we go. This is where she sees that, like, how Akane is exactly like wore the same hat, has the same haircut, everything like her. And this is the part you can see where she gets frustrated by seeing how, when Akane is like, "Oh, like, I'm a big fan, I really like your acting, this and that." Like, I feel like the reason why she got so frustrated here, one of the reasons, is because she saw her like imitating her. She wouldn't be this angry, or she wouldn't at all be angry if the situation was normal. But you can see here how Kana hates how she is herself. So seeing someone getting motivated by that and trying to imitate that makes her even more like self-hating, like that kind of thing. I don't know if I was properly able to explain it, but it's like a very complicated emotion where she sees herself in front of her, and this herself that she's seeing is someone that she herself hates. Like, she hates herself, she hates how she has become or what she has to do to survive. That's why seeing her imitate her made her mad, or something like that. Again, like I said, so I think it's like it's quite a complicated emotion. Like, where you see someone trying to become like you, but you yourself don't like yourself. You don't like yourself, and when someone tries to be like, oh, I'm a big fan, I want to become like you, it's a complicated feeling because you don't like yourself, or you don't like the person that you have become. So seeing someone else admiring that and imitating that, it's a very complicated emotion. I could imagine, I could only imagine. And she didn't like that, and that's why she got even more frustrated here. Anyways, and this is where Akane is like, oh, like, that was a mistake, wasn't it? Like, you wouldn't do that, would you? And this is where Kana goes off. Kana's like, here we go. A famous child actor will get them better viewer ratings than one who acts well. Yeah, famous child actor will get them better views than one who acts well. So it's better to go with that, right? Who even care about acting? Yeah, that's the main thing. Like, the one who's famous, they'll obviously gather more attention than someone who can do their job well, and that's why I think I literally brought this example out a few moments ago, that someone who's extremely popular and who might not even be like, like, for example, like, let's just take a social media influencer or someone, who's like, who does like weird videos and like, like maybe like TikTok videos, or I don't know, like social media type videos, pranks and stuff, extremely popular. That person decides to go in a movie and act in a movie. Now the higher ups, obviously, they know that, damn, this person is crazy popular, and the current generation gathers to this person. So every single way we have to highlight this person, make sure that this person doesn't get humiliated. So who do we bring in this situation? Someone who can adapt. Kana's perfect for this. She's amazing at acting, but she's also really amazing at making the other people, like, highlight the other people who's there. She's perfect for this situation because she'll act properly and she'll make sure that this person will not be humiliated, and she'll act in just like that, highlighting this person, making him even more popular, and that will probably boost the popularity of our that kind of thing, basically. So yeah, a famous actor is more like, like, I guess you could say someone who's famous is more like, people get like, like, they try to make them shine even more instead of someone who can act. And that's the harsh reality nowadays, obviously. This is true. This is exactly what happens. Not only here in anime, or not anime, sorry, not only here in like idol or acting and stuff. Like every single place. Like especially where the audience, like, more popular someone is, more like sales it will do. They don't care about talent. All they need to do is popular. And nowadays it's very easy to be popular. Not easy, I would say, but it's very, I guess you could say, yeah, easy is the wrong word. It's very like accidental. Popularity comes in accidents. Like some character does some random things on the internet and suddenly it becomes popular and people start just like making memes of it and everything, and like crazy. And that person sees that, oh, perfect opportunity, let me just start doing stuff like this, and they become more popular. Talent, who the hell cares about talent nowadays? People just needs to get popular like this, like, a minute of fame and bam, they're just out everywhere. People like this, who are genuinely talented, who wants to show, they don't have any place nowadays. They just gets overshadowed by these people. That's why I said it's wrong to say that it's easy to get popular, because it's definitely not easy to get popular, but it's very accidental nowadays. Like, it just happens. It's just luck. It's very like luck plays a huge factor in it. Like like do some random things, suddenly the internet will just go crazy about you. That's what happens. So yeah, in this day and age, that's what's important, and that's what the higher ups care about: popularity, how they'll make more money for you. Talent doesn't. You don't need talent for this. You just need to do stuff like this. And Kana literally said that over here. Obviously, Akane is like, that can't be right. You don't really believe that, do you, Kana-chan? And then she's like, okay, don't talk as if you understand. And what's with that hat? It just takes her out. Like I said, I think like seeing her like trying to imitate Kana, she literally was seeing herself in front of her. It was reminding her of herself, or not herself, but the persona of her that is on stage, the fake self that she is in front of everyone, looking at Akane, and that pissed her off even more. And so she just swatted it away. You look like an idiot. I hate people like you the most. Don't go imitating me. There you go. And then this part was crazy where she opens the door. You can see like there's silhouettes outside. Like it's like an indication that, oh, I have to go back to the world where stuff like this happens. Politics and things like this. And you can see like obviously at this point I'm assuming Akane had no clue what the hell happened. Like she understood probably that Akane was sad because of something, and something was going on. She was sad about something. She's sad about some kind of situation. But this is Akane. She's never gone into this stage like in this outside world of adults filled with politics. So she had no clue. She couldn't understand why she acted like that. So she started going to the library, reading psychology books to understand. And she read more and more every single day as she became an adult. She like researched about this whole thing, about the showbiz and all that, and then finally she understood why Kana acted like that back then. And she's saying like, now I understand why you acted like that. Like I was like 80% expecting this scene to go in a way where it would be like, oh, like you acted like that, I hate you, so I've decided to like win against you. I was 80% expecting Arima to be like that, and it would be a whole like, oh, back then I was a kid, so I misunderstand you, like that kind of thing. But turns out that wasn't the case, which is something that I like, because she actually like she herself realized that she didn't understand why she acted like that. So she went and studied about it to properly understand like which part she was sad at or which part was she angry at. And then she understood, and now she's like, okay, I know the true real reason why she acted like that. And I now know the true reason why she cannot act her true self in front of everyone. So that was nice, because I was half expecting Kana to Aima to Akane to misunderstand that part, and maybe that's why she's has such a competitive thing about her. No, that's not the reason. The reason is something a lot more sensible, like this, where she was like, okay, like let me try to understand her more. Instead of her just jumping into conclusions, she actually tried to understand what's going on, and took time to properly understand Kana. And this is where she says, like, now I understand that you are the type of person, or not you, but the adults, the people around you have made you into the person who has to always adapt to everything. You have to make the others shine instead of you shining. You take a background role. You're just a stage prop for other people to benefit from. That's what it is. And then like that scene was done really well. Like I said, it was kind of going in that tempo where she was like, oh, I understand, this is why this is, and then suddenly all the music stops and she's like, this won't do, this is not you. So you have to you have to become the Kana that I admired. You have to be yourself. You have to show your acting, your talent in such a way that it devours everything. You shouldn't care about you shouldn't have to match the pace of others. The others should try to match your pace. You just devour everything, and you have to become like that. And that is why I have acted up until now, and now I'm here. I can kind of bring out that type of acting that you used to do, where you used to devour everyone with your acting. So you will be right at home with me. Basically, that was what Akane was saying. Like she's like, yeah, I'm that good now. So you can clearly, without any problem, show your true talent in front of me, against me. And that's why I'm literally making the stage for you. There you go. And here you can see Akane. Oh, while all this is happening, you can see Ruby gets extremely motivated looking at this. Ruby's like, damn, this is kind of crazy. This is amazing. Yeah, and then you can see, oh, the star is shining in Akane's eyes. So Akane and Kana starts facing off against each other. And then you can see like Akane is like making the stage so that Kana can come and act along with her. Kana was almost going to step in onto the flash and spotlight, but then she stops. She stops and she remembers what she's supposed to do and what is expected of her. And she starts pulling herself back again. And there you go. This is where, like Akane realizes that she's trying to make her shine over here because that's what's expected of her. And that's what she's doing. She's now going to try to just fade into the background and make, Akane shine in this. But she's like, I don't want this. I don't want to win like this. And like I said, this is like this section, you can see the parallel between her like acting here and then her real life, where the affections for Aqua is also kind of similar, where she's like, if I just let you go out like that, you'll probably win. I'll probably win, but I don't want to win like that. I want for you to properly go out against me and go full out, not like this. Anyways, and then after that you can see that scene where she's sitting down and Aqua comes in and Aqua's like, oh, Akane's like what the hell did I do? Like, now it seems like I was egotistical and selfish, and yeah, and then Aqua comes in and Aqua's like, that's just fine. And Aqua says here that Anima's acting is exasperating. She had this look like, I'm cleverly elevating the quality of the play. She fails to understand herself. After all, she shines brightest when her face screams, look at me. You can see Akane kind of pouting here because she's like, damn, you've observed her quite a lot from this, I can see. Okay, if you want to beat her, it's fine to stay this course though. But she's like, I don't want to win like this. And that's not what I'm after, you know that. It's not the Kana that I want to outshine. I want to beat her when she's giving her all. And then he's like, okay, then we'll drag her into the spotlight, if that's what you want. And then with our acting together. Yeah, and that's where it ended. So there you go. That was today's episode. So yeah, really good episode. And the next episode we'll probably see like them probably trying to drag out Akane. And I'm assuming next episode we'll also probably see Aqua's acting and maybe Himekawa's acting as well. So yeah, let's see how this goes. And yeah, that is it. Thanks for watching, guys. This was my reaction to episode number 7 of season 2 of Oshi no Ko. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That is it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Oshi no Ko. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.